Hi, I'm Pete, and welcome back to my channel. We just spent 4 days in beautiful Puglia, and this video will highlight some of the beautiful villages and wonderful sights that we encountered. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Now, let's get started and let's have some fun. Our first stop in Puglia is the beautiful village of Ostuni. Ostuni is centrally located in the region, so we decide to make it our home base for the entire trip. We stayed 3 nights at the beautiful Masseria Salinola, which is just 10 short minutes from the village of Ostuni. This family-run masseria has an abundance of rustic charm with luxury amenities. I highly recommend the Masseria Salinola for your stay in Puglia. After we check in, it's now time to explore the village of Ostuni. Exploring the paths and walkways in Ostuni is like entering a giant maze. We spent 2 hours wandering and getting lost, and eventually building up a hearty appetite. The concierge at Masseria Salinola recommended we eat at Opera Prima, and it did not disappoint. Some gelato for dessert, and then it's time to head back to the Masseria. After a good night's sleep, it's time for a hearty breakfast to get ready for the day ahead. The Masseria Salinola has an incredible breakfast service. Today we'll be exploring the region south of Ostuni, and our first stop is the village of Otranto. Otranto is a beautiful village on the southeast coast of Puglia. Otranto has beautiful architecture and amazing sea views. Otranto is a great place for exploring, and the seafront promenade has multiple restaurants and shops. All the exploring got us hungry, so we stopped at this charming restaurant, and the lunch was fantastic. After lunch, we decided to drive south along the coastline. The coastline south of Otranto is dotted with numerous cliffs and caves. This was just one of many that we passed along our drive. Next, it was time to turn back north and visit the city of Lecce. Lecce, with its beautiful Baroque architecture, is often called the Florence of the South. A must-see in Lecce is the well-preserved Roman amphitheater in the main piazza. We timed our visit to Lecce for late afternoon, early evening, so we could experience the passeggiata. This typically occurs about 6 o'clock p.m., and it's when locals of all ages take a pre-dinner stroll. It's getting late, so it's time to head back to Ostuni for some dinner and to rest up for tomorrow's sightseeing trip. For today's journey, we'll be heading north, and our first stop is the beautiful village of Alberobello. Alberobello is a world-famous village famous for its abundance of trulli. A trulla was a traditional Apulian dry stone hut with a conical roof. Trulli can be seen throughout the region of Puglia. However, it's only in Alberobello where you get such a high concentration, filling the entire village. Alberobello is an amazing site and one of the top destinations for tourists in Puglia. Notwithstanding all the crowds, Alberobello is definitely a must-see when visiting Puglia. We now head to our next stop, Polignano a Mare. World famous for its seaside cliffs and caves, Polignano a Mare is another top tourist destination in Puglia. It's also the home of Domenico Modugno, who sang the song Volare. Polignano a Mare offers some of the most breathtaking scenery you'll see anywhere in Europe. So you can understand why it's such a popular tourist destination. In addition to the beautiful coastline, there's a charming old village with wonderful restaurants and beautiful scenery. A short drive south of Polignano a Mare is the next stop on our journey, and that's the village of Monopoli. Monopoli is a seaside fishing village in Puglia, which is a lot less touristy than its nearby neighbor, Polignano a Mare. Its beautiful coastline and charming historical town center paint a picture of coastal living in southern Italy. Monopoli is a great day trip destination if you're staying in Polignano a Mare, as it's only about 15 minutes away. While visiting Monopoli, be sure to take a stroll along its historic seaport with its beautiful blue fishing boats. And Monopoli's historic Central District has a charm and beauty all its own. As evening approaches, we have one more stop on today's tour, and that's the beautiful village of Locorotondo. I would classify Locorotondo as a hidden gem. It wasn't on our list of villages to visit, but as we were driving by it, it looked beautiful on top of the hill, so we decided to give it a chance. Locorotondo is a small, beautiful village where there's hardly any tourists to be found. Its beautiful historic center paints a picture of a true Puglian lifestyle. In my opinion, this might be the most beautiful and unspoiled village in all of Puglia. This was a day filled with so many beautiful sights and experiences. I can think of no better way to end it than with an aperitivo in the piazza. It's our last day in Puglia, and our final stop is the beautiful village of Martina Franca. Located in the very center of Puglia, Martina Franca is a very beautiful village with lovely architecture and very few tourists. Its charming historic center feels very authentic. It was wonderful seeing locals walking their children to school or heading to work for a day at the office. And just like yesterday's visit to Locorotondo, I would classify Martina Franca as another undiscovered gem of Puglia. After a wonderful morning exploring Martina Franca, unfortunately, our time has come to an end in Puglia, and we must say arrivederci. But we leave with giant smiles on our faces as we remember the beautiful places, the villages, and the people of Puglia. And one thing is for certain, we will be coming back, as we think this is one of the most beautiful places on earth. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Puglia. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe for future videos. Thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.